Yes. Welcome back to the All Things Football Show. It's been a minute, man. My name is Mickey Full, and today I'm back with my guys, man. Yannick Selman, Mosiah White. What's good, guys?
We back, baby. We back.
Yes, sir. Good to be back, man.
It's been a minute, huh?
How long?
3 years, 2 years,
3
something
years. Time moves fast when you
in the Matrix.
Look at these guys.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Man, I think it's a good time to be back, man. It's been a while. Good to talk about footy again. We've always been talking about footy on our WhatsApp group, talking shit about everything, and just
made it out the chat, baby.
Now we just want to bring it back to the camera, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it, man.
Yes, I think what we're gonna talk about this entire show. I think we're just gonna focus on the World Cup now. Just go on the countries that are entering the World Cup. We got the World Cup in our backyard.
Yep.
We're gonna rep the city. We're gonna rep the country. So, just let's talk about countries, man, that are entering the World Cup. I think it's only right to start off with the reigning champs,
100%.
Argentina.
How you feel about them? What do you think?
I just want to ask you, like, the nickname of Argentina. What's the nickname?
It's something like Albiceleste.
Albiceleste.
You know what it means?
Something blue or something blue sky.
Yeah. White and sky blue.
There you go.
The home jersey.
How do I feel about Argentina? How do you feel about Argentina? How do you guys?
I don't think they're going to be the Argentina of 2022 come next World Cup next year. They'll still be competitive, but I don't think they're going to be the number one team everyone should be worried about. I think they're going to lose their fear factor is what I'm trying to say. Off air, we were just talking, Yannick, about national teams not be able to repeat after winning.
Yeah, it's tricky for world champs. So usually in the past, let's say 7-8 World Cups, I think almost since 1990, every World Cup winner, there's no in between. They either get back to the final or they completely crash out in the group stage. There's one exception, basically it was Brazil, 2006, who lost in the quarterfinals to France after winning in 2002. But literally, I mean, if you go back every single World Cup, France obviously got back to the final. Before that was Germany in 2014,
right?
Crashed out the group stage. In 2018,
2010.
Spain 2010, crashed out the group stage in 2014. 2006, Italy crashed out the group stage in 2010. Like we said, Brazil 06 quarterfinal, 98 France crashed out the group stage in 02. So there's no in between. I think it's going to be really tricky for Argentina. But I think if there's any team that can do it and get back to the final, it's them. Yeah.
It's not far from home for them as well. I think they're going to have a lot of fans. I know that when you talk about Argentinians, it's part of their culture.
Yeah. Very passionate people.
Super
very
passionate.
prideful.
You see it in the players too, like from Rodrigo de Paul to the crazy goalie.
Yeah, Martinez.
You have in Amsterdam they call it so nicely. They call it the Grinta, like what is it, Lisandro Martinez as well. So yeah, it's if they can do it, they have the best player of all time, if you ask me, in their team. Not anymore, but like he's still the GOAT. But
if they don't do it though, what would be the reason? I feel like some of those guys you just named are probably going to be on the tail end of their career, and that's why I think would be the main reason why they don't show up how they showed up 4 years ago. I mean, Messi's probably going to be 38 or something like that, 39. Lautaro Martinez also on the tail end of his career probably, or definitely out of his prime. Rodrigo de Paul's playing in MLS, so forget it. He's already on tail end his career. And a bunch of those guys. And I can't think of any new names that I would say would carry the torch immediately.
I think there's a good integration that's happening with young players. And even if you look at the last World Cup, which they won, right after that Saudi Arabia game is when Scaloni started integrating some of the new guys, right? Álvarez came into the lineup. McAllister came into the lineup. Enzo came into the lineup. And that's really what shot them to the next level. And those guys, I think they have enough pieces to still carry the torch. There's a couple pieces that I'd be a little bit worried about, actually. I think Rodrigo de Paul was a really important part.
He was big. It was Messi's bodyguard. So
yeah, like literally playing on the same side, just behind them, doing all the dirty work. I'm not sure. And they had a really good midfield three with Enzo, McAllister, and Rodrigo.
Yep.
I'm not sure you have a third player
to fill that void.
Yeah. But they've got some really interesting new pieces on top as well. That's going to be really exciting to see.
But obviously, like the last World Cup, the entire team was built around Messi. You're gonna lose that centerpiece. You've seen it happen with Barcelona as well. Like right when he left, like they were looking for how we gonna replace these goals, how we gonna replace our playing style, like our main player.
What's our identity?
How?
without
Yeah,
him?
exactly. How do you see that coming about when Messi leaves? Obviously, like now we're gonna talk about the World Cup, but I just want to look a little bit further in terms of like the nation's future. Like how are we gonna see Argentina evolve without Messi?
It's tricky because, you know, Argentina, for the most part, has always been at their best when they have a talisman to really look for.
Maradona,
look up to,
Messi.
right?
Completely get behind him.
Yeah, Messi, obviously Maradona, and in between that, there was nothing, right? And so the
You
player,
had a few. You had
a few, but they were not at-
You had
they
your
didn't get to those
Ortega,
heights.
you had your
Yeah,
Aymars.
you know,
Yeah,
so-
you're Riquelme's, but they weren't at those same.
and
heights.
Argentina,
Yeah.
guys, they've always had super talented players all around the pitch. Like if we go back to some of the names that have played,
Talk to me.
it's actually insane,
Talk to me.
right? So I mean, you know, even one of my favorite World Cups was 06 World Cup. Just because, you know, you're becoming a teenager at that time, and you can really kind of, you understand the game, right? And you fell in love with the game. And that Argentina team at the time with players like Riquelme, Crespo,
Tevez, I love Tevez.
Saviola, still playing.
Savio
like,
was silky, yeah.
you have guys.
Cambiasso.
Amazing Cambiasso, amazing talents
very
that are
good team.
all at the top of the world stage and still not able to make it to that last part, right? Take that last step. So I think it's going to be
But
really
you're saying the
tricky.
reason for that is because they were missing that main talisman. That's what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
it's definitely part of it, right? They've always been this kind of country that looks up to like a leader inside the team, Maradona,
Godlike figure that you can get
this
behind.
godlike figure. They need that kind of player to rally them. You know, maybe Scaloni has the chops to be able to figure it out without that top player, but it's definitely going to be difficult.
Well, Madrid's got a new kid. I wonder if he's going to be the guy.
He is a baller, man. He's got the
Franco Mastantuono looks pretty confident for a young kid.
How old is he now?
He plays like he's 25 already, but I think he's like 19 or 20 or something.
19?
Or maybe 18. Yeah.
Listen, there's definitely like pieces in the up and coming generation. Obviously, Álvarez has already been playing, but this guy is.
I love Álvarez.
This guy for me is out of this world.
Yeah.
So if you would talk about the core players that are probably going to take the spotlight this World Cup in Argentina, take out Messi. You got Álvarez, Enzo. You think Enzo will
I'd
step
say
up?
Enzo's going to play
Enzo,
for
for
majority of the time. Yeah, for sure.
McAllister will step up.
McAllister, yeah,
I think so.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's already been, you know.
He played a lot of. He was a starter in the last
Yeah.
World Cup for sure. Yeah.
And even the back line for the most part will be quite the same. Tagliafico, Lisandro, Romero.
If he's fit, Lisandro's injury prone, man.
Yeah, but
Romero's actually growing. He's playing well.
Yeah, and you got a couple of young guys as well. Belardi, who plays for Marseille, up and coming player. If you know, you got some. And Manuel will still be on the. I mean,
I don't
Molina.
remember who they had at right
Molina
back.
will still be there. Molina.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll still be there. So for the most part, the back line is going to be quite similar. And like I said, but I think in the midfield they need that extra piece.
And if we, as a coach, if we talk about Scaloni, he's been the one that took him over. That took him to the victory last World Cup. After the last time was 1986 with Maradona.
Mm-hmm.
Before that was 1978 or something.
Yeah, in Argentina.
So, talk a little bit about the coach. Talk about his playing style. Talk about how he's been changing this team and how he's taking them to the next step again.
Yeah, so there's probably two parts where he's really made an impact. One is the culture off the field, and two is the tactics on the field, right? I mean, the culture off the field, the biggest problem that they had over the last like 10, 15 years was the constant changing of managers every single year. I think Messi, in his Argentina career, probably had already like 10 managers, right? which is quite
he had Maradona for a bit.
Yeah, which is quite crazy actually if you think about it for the national team, right?
He's been in the national team for a minute though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But if you have 10, 15 coaches in 15 years, there's no stability. No stability. And so you've already talked about how Argentina is such a passionate country, right? And Messi, for the most part, was getting so much flack in Argentina for not being that talisman, showing that passion, wearing it on his sleeve, right? And
he's kind of emotionless sometimes, or at those times he was emotionless.
And so there was a lot of frustration with the national team. And so actually when Scaloni came in, there was not many coaches that really wanted that job because there was so much pressure.
Yeah.
There was so much pressure
High
on
expectations.
it, right? And obviously the national team hadn't done well for the last 15, 20 years. And so a couple of things that he really brought back was like the pride in playing for your country, you know, and also some calmness, right? Like one of the things that he tried to do was take the pressure off the players as much as possible, take the pressure off of Messi a little bit.
Smart.
And so even when you would hear him talk like in interviews, you know, he would talk and he'd be like, yeah, you win, you lose. He has a famous thing that the sun still rises in the morning, you know, which for Argentina fans is like,
we don't want to hear that.
Yo, my man, what are you talking about?
When the sun rises, we want to know that we won.
It's win or die, right? And so he brought that the calmness, you know, that you need and a bit of emotional intelligence as a coach. And then he also did really well in integrating a new generation of players. I think he was also a little bit fortunate that some of the old generation was phasing out.
Right. So you didn't have to worry about the pressure of trying to keep them or if you're going to put...
the Higuaíns of the world, the Mascherano's of the world, Agüero, they were all, you know, players that hadn't performed to what the expectation was. He didn't have the challenge of, okay, what do I do with these players? They were already on their way out.
He started with a clean slate.
And really Messi was kind of the only one that...
Yeah, and the narrative last World Cup also was like Messi's always been playing with kind of like his peers, like the people that he grew up with.
Right.
So now he's been playing with basically people that see him as his idols, like you have players that play with him, like they always say, like, I looked up to Messi as a little kid, like I just wanted to be like him. I wanted to.
You'll
play
run
with
a
him.
lot extra now,
and now you run extra for him. So, do you think that's played a huge part?
Huge part. Yeah. You saw it in Copa America 2021.
Like they're willing to die for him, where Tevez is like, yo, you little kid, man, like, this is my team still.
Yeah,
you know?
I think they truly play for Messi, not just formationally, structurally, but also, like you said, kind of, you know, they say DePaul is Messi's bodyguard, you know, as a joke, but kind of like that, you know? And I think, I hate to bring up the arch nemesis, but Brazil, I don't think they ever did that for Neymar. And I don't think he had the chance to play with his Rodrigos and Vinny's enough, which they look at him as the idol.
Yeah.
I don't think he was fit enough while they were able to actually help, you know, so he can say, like, you know, these guys are playing for me. Whereas I think Argentina, they did that. And I think that really made the difference on the field, honestly.
Yeah. You saw it in Copa America 2021 when they first won. The team was literally playing.
And the only one who was like his peer, so to speak, in that Copa America was Di Maria. And he's missed the clutch. You never have to worry about him. He scored the final. He scored the goal in that final.
He always scores in finals.
His ego is not, like, he doesn't care, man.
And he always shows up. Always shows up.
And so the players, when they scored goals and they celebrated, everyone ran to Messi. It was only for Messi. And of course, because they were his idols, but also because he had been getting so much flack in the media, right?
It was almost like they didn't want to do a disservice of having Messi end his career without getting a World Cup. Like they felt like that would be a stain on their record, so to speak. Like how did we didn't help Messi get a World Cup? You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Yeah. The greatest player ever. How we not help him get a World Cup? We should have did more for him, as opposed to he should have did more for us. That mentality, I think, really switched it. The kid Franco has him tatted on his leg.
Really?
Franco Mastantuono. Yeah.
Wow.
He has Messi tatted on him. So they're like, he's godlike for them.
One of the dopest like images I remember is, of course, they had already won the World Cup, but this last Copa America, you remember there were some images of them coming out at halftime. And the entire team is just waiting for
him
Messi
to come out. Yeah, I remember that.
And then they're just sitting there waiting, like, boom, and Messi walks out, and everybody walks behind him, and like this is their god. You know what I mean? And it, of course, like it made a huge impact in their last run of whatever Copa America, World Cup, Copa America again. So it was incredibly important. Yeah.
It's funny how you say like this is their god, because that's how Argentinians always talk about like their big players. I've always heard from our generation like Maradona is their god. Like take a perfect way to.
They're above man. They're not.
Perfect way to switch segments. But like if we talk about Maradona, Messi, like is there like father son? How would you see that relationship? Like how would you see the comparison between those two?
Like who do you rate better? Or?
Just talk to me about like. For the nations, those are the gods, you know.
Yeah.
I think,
and
now,
probably for our generation, like this generation, it's always going to be Messi.
Yeah.
But their dads, their grandpas, probably going to still talk about Maradona more.
Yeah. So,
or do you think they also switched up? Like, but no, Messi is that kid, man. He surpassed.
Yeah. So of course, the biggest complaint before the World Cup and even before that Copa America was, right, Messi is never going to be Maradona. He doesn't have the personality, all this stuff. And so actually from when Scaloni came in and from that Copa America, you saw Messi's mentality change, right? And he became more like Argentinian.
He became a little more feisty.
More feisty. More,
the humble kid that he always was gone.
Well, I'm sure he always had it inside, but he made sure that we could see it on the outside as well, and that made a little bit more of a
fighting with other players, other scuffles. Obviously fighting with the Netherlands at the World Cup.
He knows all
too. And so like those were the moments that. Now the Argentinian fans started to really be like identify with him. Like, of course, everyone knew that he's the greatest player and the best player in the world. But like, is he really Argentinian, right? And so after the World Cup, when he finally got what he's been searching for forever, I think now at this point, to be honest, I think of course the younger generation would identify more with Messi, but I think even that older generation. They would, I think it would be more 50-50 split, but they would recognize Messi as a better player. For sure.
So what about you guys? You think Messi, Maradona?
Messi. For me, Messi. And it's not about who was a bigger talent. It's about what you've done with what you have, right? And so Diego, as great as Diego was, and I think single-handedly probably got them a World Cup in '86, you still kind of feel like he could have done more. I mean, in '90 they got to the final again, but Messi's been doing this for
too long.
It's crazy.
Too long.
Or maybe we're just seeing more of it.
It's just, I mean, even when you talk,
we were not watching Diego's games live. Even when you go back on YouTube, it's hard to grasp the essence of what was really, how much he was really doing what he had.
I'm not sure. Sure.
Yeah, that's my point. You're not sure because we weren't in that moment.
No, but it's just
to
the
have
facts,
that
right?
context.
Like Messi, the amount of time that he's been doing it for, you cannot compare with Diego.
Well,
cannot compare.
You saying Diego wasn't on the national team as long as Messi?
No, just
in general.
Just at the heights as long as the height. Well, we know the reason for that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So that's also part of it.
We know the reason for that.
Yeah, but that's also part of it, right? So, these guys, Messi.
We all know why that was,
Messi and Cristiano, of course, like these guys are pushing the game to new heights.
For sure.
The standards that they set, like, it's not fun anymore, man.
You know what I mean? And so while Maradona was like, he is a god in Argentina and a god of the game. I mean, what Messi has done over the last 20 plus years, I don't think it can ever be imitated. Can ever be, All
right, so we started the mini segment where we compared like the prime Messi versus prime Maradona, but I have a few more. One of my favorite strikers, Gabriel Batistuta, Batigo against the main man Agüero himself.
You're asking who's better?
Talk to me. Prime versus prime.
Who we take?
Prime versus
not
prime.
Even a question. Not even a question. Batistuta.
Yeah.
He's probably in my top 5 strikers.
He's one of the best strikers of all time. I'm not a huge fan of Aguero. Never been. Maybe I'm alone in that, but that guy's got Batistuta is an icon.
Yeah, no, he is. With the hair flowing and
The Fiorentina
the way he
jersey with the
celebrated.
Nintendo on top.
I'll be really curious to hear what Argentinians think about it, but I can't imagine.
we got to get Mariano on here.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they would pick Aguero over.
Also, the way Bati finished, like if the ball is bouncing, he takes the volley. If it's by his chest volley, like he was just so raw in the way he did things as a striker. Like almost like maybe it was more of a thing how those strikers play, like George Weah and those guys. Not a lot of those tuck finishes to the side, which look silky and smooth. These guys will, the ball's bounced and they take it off the crossbar, boom. But it's just like ridiculous the chances that they would take. Whereas a player, I think, more modern would try to take it down, connect, and then be one-on-one with the goalie. You know what I mean?
Even from a numbers perspective, amount of goals he scored for Argentina is more than Aguero in half the games, I think.
That's a good point. I didn't know that.
Yeah, for me, it's not.
So Bati goal gets it.
Aguero's biggest,
3-0.
Aguero's like greatest.
He had one of the best moments in football.
Yeah, his greatest moment is for Man City, right? Like his greatest
iconic
addition
moment
to the game is for Man City.
Yeah. Iconic moment, but not an iconic player.
No, not for me.
Bati's iconic.
What about Juan Sebastian Veron versus Enzo Fernandez? I'm not the biggest fan of Enzo.
Me either. I don't really.
So for me, it's always gonna be Veron. But I had to do it because there's so many people talk about Enzo, and Enzo is like the new engine kind of thing for.
I think he's a good player. I'm just not like head over heels for him as a player. I don't really rate him. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a bad player. He's not a guy I would pick right away when I'm making a starting 11.
Same.
I mean, he's obviously got a World Cup over him.
But there's like 28 guys on that roster who could say that as well.
And he was a
not
big part of the World Cup.
Sure, he was.
Like a huge part of them winning. But I agree, Veron for me, it's probably a bit of nostalgia as well.
Yeah,
obviously.
True.
But at the same time,
Enzo, this is what the older generation does
that's
to
what
us.
I think we need to ask young guns. We have some young guns here. How old are you? 23. Do you know about
that's a young
Veron?
gun.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he packed them at FIFA. So that's how they know their icons. They're legends.
I don't know what that means.
But have you ever seen Veron play? Have you seen video footage of him?
No. I go as far back as Rivalries for Villarreal a little bit. But never really, like when I really had a full grasp on football, that was when Tevez, young Di Maria was coming through.
Nice.
Aguero.
So you would just pick Enzo by default because you've seen him more, or you don't really rate Enzo either?
Enzo against Veron.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say I've watched Veron, but I don't think so. I think Enzo needs to. I think compared to his breakout year, which was that World Cup when he first got integrated, how he completely changed the midfield because he wasn't actually originally starting. I think they meant to bring Lo Celso in.
Okay, good point.
Yep.
Get this guy a mic, man. He's bringing up some good facts right now.
He knows.
Yeah, when he first broke through, I think he's dwindled a little bit since that point.
Yeah.
But I think he's still a good player. We got to see how he
evolves.
I don't know if it's dwindling. I think we're just seeing who he is, and then we're just rating him after seeing enough of him.
Honestly,
I
think
like the recency bias when someone breaks out. It's like, new player, hot thing, and then when you see, it's like, okay, this is where I put him.
To be fair, this is it for me for Enzo. I think this is his ceiling.
This is his level.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
This is it.
We've just seen all he has to offer.
I don't think he's going further than this.
He's 24 years old.
Right.
So
you think he had a way higher ceiling? He was like 22.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like now at Chelsea, you're looking more at Caicedo.
Yeah.
100%.
You know.
Yeah, this is it.
100%.
Yeah.
So you're already capping him at 24.
I think so.
We could be
That's it.
wrong, but
I think so.
I agree with Mickey where I just feel like we've seen all he has to offer. And it's pretty good, but it's just not like the guy you
It's
pick
not
first on the team
groundbreaking for
sheet.
me. This is it. Like he's a team player. That's it, man. You have him in your squad. I'm not building a team around him.
Right.
I'm not
Great
paying-
supporting cast.
There you
Great
go.
supporting cast.
There you go.
But he'll never be elite.
There you go. There you go.
And the
Let's go.
I wanted.
Where's Scorsese when you need him?
We talked about Di Maria, like he's the guy, the clutch guy.
Clutch.
I wanna compare him with someone like, and I had Riquelme in mind, but I don't think the position
position's
is
not
correct.
the same.
But
You can't do it.
I don't see anybody else that like you can put the same position for him. You had like Kili Gonzalez's and those guys.
Whoever has their phone out, like we need a winger, or maybe even like an attacking mid. It doesn't necessarily have to be a winger from those days, but yeah, I mean, I can't think of a player from those times that you would compare Di Maria with.
Cambiaso was sometimes on that position, but totally different player too. Yeah.
He was more Di Maria is way more attacking.
Totally different person.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
So yeah, I don't know, but
it's hard to have anyone to compare to him in what he's achieved. I mean, he scored, I think, in like 6 finals or something, club and country.
But
the guy
really
is Mr. Clutch.
But also, to be fair, Argentina, I can't remember top wingers from them. You know, like
exactly.
Di Maria is one of the only like proper wingers.
100%.
Usually, Argentina has amazing strikers, and great number 10s.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Mascherano, Otamendi.
Mascherano. Oh, those are. Oh,
you mean to compare
center
against
backs?
each other? Okay.
But you want to compare them as center backs? I mean, Mascherano
That's
played.
a good point because
Mascherano played more as a defender, as a 6
well.
in Argentina.
For Argentina,
Yeah. That's a good point. Probably because of his flexibility, I would go with Mascherano.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, different positions. I think Otamendi is a great player, but again, not someone that you just think of right away.
Yeah, you said it all with that. Like, he's a great player.
Yeah, that's
Better with age.
Yeah.
I remember like when he first left City, he was completely washed, and he was just playing at Benfica, which is like Benfica's a good, solid European team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no one could have seen him being so formidable.
Yeah. But when I think about, like I said, when I think about Argentina, I think about strikers.
Yeah.
That being said, who are their standout center backs? Like just of all time, because I'm now trying to think.
Samuel was my guy.
Samuel, amazing, amazing.
That guy never laughed. I've never seen that guy laugh. He won the Champions League. He didn't laugh.
Yeah. Straight grit.
My man was straight.
Yeah. Samuel.
Listen, technically, he was a fullback, wing back, but he also plays center back sometimes.
Zanetti? Yeah.
Zanetti is my favorite Argentinian player.
Zanetti was insane.
Zanetti's amazing.
And then you had Demichelis. He played for Bayern Munchen.
Yeah.
Like he was
German last name.
He played there. Like Samuel for me he's the. If I think of a center back, that's him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great.
Even during that
shot.
time with Inter, like you had Cordoba, you had Materazzi.
Cordoba was also grit.
Same. Materazzi.
You go to kick a ball, your studs up, he will put his head in.
Crazy.
So
Lucio.
back.
You had crazy center backs during that Inter period, and
the
Walter
short center backs always have to be extra crazy.
Walter Samuel was always the guy who never laughed, man. That's my guy, man. That's what you want from a center back, bro.
Right, Inter had all three of them at the same time, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zanetti, Cordoba, and Samuel.
Yeah. So you already talked about it, but like to wrap it up, how far do we think Argentina will go in this World Cup?
Yeah. Say they definitely get out the group. I don't see them going to semifinals or finals. Obviously, it depends on who they match up against, but I think I'm just going to go with the pattern that we spoke about earlier, where the reigning champs don't necessarily get to the final again, barring France, or win it. But I don't think they're going to crash out. They'll leave the group, probably top the group or whatever. But
around the 16 quarters.
Yeah, around the 16 quarters. But I think it's going to be versus a formidable opponent, not like, they should have won that game, which it's a World Cup playoff. It's hard to say you should have won any game. But, against a Spain or France or...
Is there a nation that you want to see them play at? Like, is there a specific game that
I want to see Argentina play?
Argentina play. Like just to wrap it up,
I would like to see Argentina,
Portugal or something.
I
like
think,
Messi, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
that last one
for the headlines that would be cool. Messi, Cristiano. But I think Argentina, Spain will be a really good matchup because I think they're probably the most well balanced squads, and I would want to see how Argentina deal with a Spanish national team who doesn't necessarily have a focal point as a striker, which they kind of play with Marino sometimes, and they still do this false nine thing. So I want to see how they handle that, and I think that would be just a great tactical match.
I always love seeing a World Cup South America versus European teams.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Always the best.
It's a great culture clash, clash of styles.
And you see the others so much more often, right? At Euros, at Copa America, at qualifiers, right? I don't know. Portugal would be dope. I think also England would be nice.
Yeah.
Now, Argentina and England have such a history of going at it
That'd be
in
an
World
interesting one.
Cups and also just in general, like political history as well. I think it would be nice. Or going back against the Netherlands.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I just want that was my next
Yeah,
question. Like
really.
there is like there. I feel
I
like
was
we.
gonna find a way to bring up the Netherlands.
No. My next question was gonna be like, is there like a rivalry between countries, like Argentina and specific country? Like obviously you have Argentina, Brazil, but like honestly, I'm growing. When I grew up, the Netherlands has always played Argentina, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Almost every World
Yeah.
Cup, we were
In
either in the
decisive
group
games,
stage with
yeah.
them,
Yeah.
or we had 1998 where Dennis Bergkamp scored one of the most amazing goals, beautiful
Yeah,
pass from
yeah.
behind for Frank de Boer, bomb, he 2-1. But then again, last year, it's always even the World Cup before that, we lost to them on penalties.
Yep. Yep.
We always
Messi should have
clash
got a red
against
card
them.
that game, right? The handball,
Yeah.
the second yellow.
Yeah.
I'm just rage baiting right now. I just want to see him get a little.
Don't. See, like
What's the head-to-head? Has Argentina won more than over all time?
good question. We can check that up.
Netherlands.
We can check it up.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Netherlands, like they won 1 out of like 8.
No chance that they won. But definitely Argentina, Netherlands been getting spicy.
Yeah, 100%. And if they played again, it would be great because they will pretty much bring back the same squad. So that
Yes.
tension will be there. It will be the
Yeah.
same core players,
most
pretty
part,
much.
yeah.
You know, the Van Dijks, the
that would
Vertonghen, not Vertonghen, sorry, Weghorst, who scored on the free kick.
That would be great to see, but great to see, I think, in a knockout game.
Yeah, 100%. It needs to be a do or die game.
Yeah.
It needs to be a do or die game.
Sometimes the group
Here it
stage is a
says
bit-
Argentina and Netherlands, they've met each other 10 times, and the most wins is the
9-1.
Netherlands 4 times.
Shout out to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Wait, how many wins does Argentina have?
That doesn't say. Let me check.
We can't trust this answer then. Yeah, how you would give the win to
Huh?
the Netherlands but not of the other team? Come on. What kind of
it
AI are you
literally,
using over there?
it literally says
Yeah, but that doesn't make
statistics.
That ain't ChatGPT.
Listen, it
That's
says-
Mickey
Out of
GPT.
10
It says
games, you won
statistics,
4.
meeting total, most wins the Netherlands. That's what it
but-
says.
Yeah, but
I
we need
swear
to know
God.
what happened with the other 6.
Out of 10
Let's see.
games,
Right,
they
you
won 4.
What happened with the other 6? He's like, he doesn't say.
Oh, draws.
There's
Here,
no-
draws.
6 draws.
There were 5 draws,
Okay, and then the 1 win is from
Okay.
the previous World Cup?
Let's
and then
see
Argentina.
It. I want to see knockout games.
This doesn't.
though.
This not correct, man.
I want to see knockout games.
This is not correct though.
Okay. No
You gotta
draws.
upgrade your
No
ChatGPT
draws.
Yeah, this is
to
not a-
pro.
this is not a
You on the
correct answer.
basic version, man.
This is not a correct.
All right,
answer.
give us the real answer in the
We'll fact
in the,
check that and
in the
then
notes.
add it in.
The post notes. Yeah.
Production,
got?
production. Look it up.
In the World Cup, they've had 6 times.
Uh-huh.
Argentina only have 1 win. Netherlands have 2, and they got 3 draws.
This is only in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beat you twice. They beat you twice.
They're penalties.
No, Argentina
Yeah, but-
1 win.
Even total.
He said Argentina 1 win.
But
guys,
we're talking
they beat
about
them twice.
Yeah, but we talk about
Draws
90-minute
don't
games.
count, man.
That's
The
true, that is
PKs,
true,
You
that
go
is
to
true.
PKs and
Does
you
it say
lose,
how
you
many
lost
of
the
those
game.
games were in
true.
knockout games? So not in group stage? I don't think they ever met in a group stage.
We did, we
oh,
did,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
We did.
Only the Netherlands would count losing on PKs as a draw.
It's the Dutch, man. It's the Dutch. Yeah, you know how they are.
I just
You know how
told
they
you.
are.
I just told you.
No,
I just told
technically
you.
we didn't lose.
I
we
know. I
didn't
just
lose.
told you. You're right.
We
We
tied.
lost. We
They-
lost.
We lost the PKs.
But on 90 minutes,
they
it was a draw.
advanced, but we was a tie. Come on, it's time.
Hey, if you bet on the game, it's 90-minute game.
Okay, here we go.
The knockouts, Argentina have won 3 knockout matches.
Ah.
The 1978
Uh-huh.
World Cup final,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
the 2014 semifinal,
As we know.
Correct.
and
2022.
2022 quarters.
Yeah. And how many times did we? Like 1998.
1998, one knockout.
That's it.
So in knockouts, Argentina are 4-1.
Yes.
That's what you said, right?
Correct.
3-1.
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
Okay.
I don't sound like much of a rivalry. It's like David versus Goliath.
I think we have to wrap it up, man, guys. I think this is
Got a little too close to home.
You want to wrap it up now that we brought up the real stats?
Oh my days.
No, but honestly, is there anything that we want to talk about? Otherwise, I think this is
Argentinian wise,
Argentinian wise.
they have the best beef empanadas. And anybody want to go head to head with me on that, they can. I mean, just the beef, what they call the Clásico. They have the little bit of egg in there with the beef. What's he saying? You guys.
It's Colombia.
No,
so-
I understand, but this is what I want people to understand. The other empanadas outside of the beef, Argentina doesn't compete in. But the Clásico, which is just the beef, they have the best ones.
Hey.
You had it with me that one time at the pizza
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Remember? To die for. Life changing.
It's quality.
It's top. It's top.
I will say, I've had to this day, which is saying a lot because I'm close friends with one of the best steak producers out there.
Shout out, John.
Shout out to John.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. In Argentina, had the best steak in my life. So good that the second time I went back, 2 years later, I had to go find that specific place. It took me like 30 minutes to find that place, and I got it again. A steak sandwich outside, right outside Boca Stadium. That was like a couple blocks away from the stadium. Literally like in a hut.
Right outside the stadium.
Yeah.
And it took you 30 minutes to find it again. You just go back to the stadium.
I was at the stadium. You understand? But, you know, it was a couple blocks away. Okay? So you got to turn down the right block. You understand? And the best steak sandwich that I ever had in my life. Boom.
I love Argentinians, but I'm not giving them the best steak ever. I'll give them the beef empanadas. The best steak is when you go to Brazil and you get the picanha is the best.
Picanha.
You can get it from anywhere you want in Brazil. You don't have to take 30 minutes to find it. It's everywhere.
Yeah, okay, we'll see.
We'll talk about Brazil next.
I can't wait.
We'll talk about Brazil next. Now I want some empanadas.
Bro.
Any spots open? 30 minutes.
Let's wrap it up, man. Thank you for listening. Argentina, we're looking forward to see you shine on the World Cup. If you have some good recommendations for Argentinian beef empanadas, hit us up. And shout out We Capture Productions, and we out.
Ciao.
Jinx.